What a day. I think it's safe to say that my Bowlestrek video ruffled a few feathers. It seems that the general consensus from Bowlestrek fans was that I was clout chasing and desperate for views. So how did they battle this? Did they ignore it? Did they just choose to let it go so that I didn't get the attention that I was so desperately craving? No. The main man himself, Bowlestrek, tweeted and shared the video so that it would get more views? Like a dagger to the heart, guys. Oh, you showed me. All I wanted was views and traction, and you guys battled that by giving me views and traction. Oh, man. Oh, you guys definitely showed me, that's for sure. People were even sharing screenshots of the video in an attempt to ridicule, saying things like, I live in a camper van with a fireplace. Well, I'm sure living it big. They said that I stink. They said I'm a fuckwit that drinks Red Bull. And that I have a cardboard sex doll. This is what they've genuinely said. Oh, and of course, it didn't take long for one of them to use the typical, you should stay away from school gates comments. But hey guys, at least I'm not gaining any views or any traction from it. But it's clear that not a single piece of constructive criticism or an intellectual debate was anywhere to be seen. Further proving my point that these degenerates have clearly a singular brain cell to share between the lot of them, all in an attempt to please their big daddy Bowlestrek. Oh, and Bowlestrek, by the way, seems to think that people that speak about him means he's winning. The hilarious irony of this is that he is so desperate to see Doctor Who lose, yet he continues to talk about it every single week. Because even Boltit knows, if Doctor Who was to end, then he would genuinely have nothing to talk about, meaning that his weird little fan base would cease to exist. And seeing as Bowlestrek clearly has a strange kink for being called out online, I'm going to be doing it again today. What? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bowlestrek Bingo.
Bingo, bingo, get your dabbers out. Bingo, bingo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bowlestrek Bingo. As you can see by the card on my left, this is the game show in which we tick off every single one of these that crop up in one of his terrible reviews. Today we're going to be looking at his Boom review because it's the only other one I haven't seen. As you can see along the top, special effects are bad because they were done by checkboxes, i.e. ethnic minorities. Bowlestrek isn't racist, guys. I've only called him a racist because he disagrees with me. Obsessing over race, gay people equals bad, being completely out of touch, completely misunderstanding the plot. You guys can see, I don't need to go through it. You can pause and have a look if you wish. Also, guys, I just want to say, because I was so desperately craving attention and views, thank you very much for all of you new lot that have subscribed and are clearly not brainwashed morons. You guys are legends, and also you might as well follow me on Twitter so you can see the absolute shitstorm that's going on at the moment. I've left a link in the description. All the name is here. Thanks for your support. As we go along the review, I'm going to be checking each box off as we come across the inevitable points he's going to make. So guys, without further ado, let's get in to the Boom review.
There was a time when Stephen Moffat was considered the writing god of modern Doctor Who, while Russell the Pompous Twit was giving us farting aliens.
It's so funny watching Bowlestrek now pretend that he's always hated Russell T Davies, even though we all know that's not true. It's funny watching him cope now.
He also entered the gender change into canon in The Doctor's Wife, which was the initial catalyst for those 3 wonderful years with the delightful Dr. Nasty. We also watched the show begin to turn into a leftist nightmare during
Just gonna put that there. He's just waffling now. He's just waffling and I'm really tired.
I've always been on the fence as to whether the atrocity that were Capaldi's final 2 series was spearheaded by Moffat or the BBC. But honestly, I think it may have been...
Oh my god, get into the review! Get into the review!
He's writing for Dr. Nutty. And not only is Dr. Nutty not in the same league as those previous 2 actors, he's not even in the same universe.
Sounds like a lot of cope to me. There we go. That's the second one on there. We're off to a cracking start, guys. Although 2 minutes has passed and he's not yet discussed the episode. I'm getting very bored.
Then we are introduced to this lady and her simplified white dude friend. Also, this lady is joining the main cast next season. How exciting! I officially dubbed the Diversity Hire number 6.
Wait, there we go. Someone who isn't white. Someone who isn't white. Get them on the diversity hire list. Calling anyone who isn't white a diversity hire. Bosh.
I'm sure the audience, which will be down to about 15 people by that point if current trends continue, will pretend to...
Well, it's a good thing that you watch it week in, week out, isn't it? Mr. I hate Doctor Who so much and the viewing figures are going down, but I'm going to continue contributing to them even though I want this show to die.
Are hanging out, and the other white dude gets blown up by a landmine, and Ray's blind dad gets blown up by Grandma. Take that, you evil patriarchal bastards!
He's such a fucking crybaby, it's so funny. Back to Bowlestrek bingo, boys and girls. What has he said here? Of course, ladies and gentlemen, obsessing over race is in there as well. He can't seem to stop mentioning the race of every single character on screen because he thinks that he's pointing out that white people are dying and that means the show's being racist, when actually, it's just him. We've also got Paulie explaining the plot. He's just going,
white man gets killed, then gets shot, then next shot shows white man be killed. Diversity higher talks.
and yet his audience are like, oh wow, thank you so much for sharing what's happening. I really understand. This show woke. I'm also going to put in unnecessary yelling because he's just screaming.
Because the message of this episode is capitalism is bad. So says the show that's funded by Disney.
I mean, if we're going by that logic, then that's literally at fault of every single TV corporation and streaming service which you are funding as well by purchasing their streaming subscriptions.
Then Dr. Nutty steps on a landmine. Oh no! And there you have the entire episode. Dr. Nutty crying while standing on a landmine.
It's so funny to me because if this episode had come out during the Moffat era or the first Russell T Davies era, he'd be going,
God, the show isn't like it used to be, when the Doctor would stand on a landmine and there was really creative and innovative writing to get him out of the situation.
But it just seems like now whatever predicament they get put in, it's
really bad, because I said it's bad. Because the Doctor black?
Because any increase in blood pressure will cause the landmine to go off. Yes, the Doctor, who can diminish his bodily functions to imitate death and exist in the vacuum of space wearing nothing but a helmet, can't control his blood pressure.
No, he can control his blood pressure. That's the point. Back over to the bingo, completely misunderstanding the plot, clearly. Cool, moving on.
And Dr. Nutty is so flashy because he wants to make the real fans gag. Dr. Nutty says he can hear someone screaming. That's the audience that held out hope that the return of RTD wasn't going to be complete trash. I hate to say I told you so. And then she gets distracted because the sky is pretty, and then she starts playing with shrunken bodies with eyeballs sticking out. Remember, kids show.
His way of reviewing is like a child. The visitors looked at the sky. The sky was really pretty. Then she held a thing with eyeballs on it. Then she said to the Doctor, I will save you. Then she said this. Then the camera cut here. Then the visit. Like, oh my god. And people like watch this and go, this is so entertaining, guys. This is so entertaining. This is the best YouTuber in the world, guys.
The shrunken eyeballs start to project Ray's blind dad, and his first sight is Dr. Nutty. Well, that's unfortunate.
It's interesting that he uses that picture there, indicating that it's a bad sight. Why? Because you think it's a gay photo shoot. A lot of people are sitting there saying, you calling him racist, you calling him homophobic, even though he doesn't outright say that he is. You don't have to actively say that you're a homophobe or a racist to be homophobic or racist. It's so clear. Like, and if you're watching this and you're about to leave a comment on this video saying how I'm wrong because he's clearly not homophobic, then you need to get your eyeballs checked. Can I go back? Back to Bowlestrek, bingo. I'm going to put in obsessing over people's sexualities because he's so clearly obsessed with the Doctor's sexuality here. I'm also going to put gay people equals bad. Him seeing a gay man is bad. I'm also going to put in being completely out of touch because, man, it's the 21st century. Get over yourself. And I'm also going to put in just straight up being bitter. Because a lot of this stuff that he's actually complaining about has happened in the previous two eras that he never would have even commented on. He's just trying to find things to be upset about, and it's pathetic.
And yet Dr. Nutty is still around despite nobody watching. Then Ray turns up looking for...
You're watching! You are watching! You're watching! You cannot sit there and be like,
nobody's watching this pants TV show. Oh my god, it's 6 p.m. I've got to load up Disney Plus to watch the latest episode of Doctor Who. Oh my god.
As much as this man wants to dress it, he's the biggest Doctor Who fan of them all, because he fucking loves it.
Then Diversity Hire number 6 turns up and starts yelling. Then Dr. Nutty suggests that Diversity Hire number 6 and Princess Zumi get married. But Diversity Hire number 6 get number 6.
He's so incessant on repeating all of these terribly made up nicknames that he repeats them 12 times in a sentence so that each of his sentences sound like,
Princess Zumi said to Dr. Nutty, Princess Zumi, you're silly, Dr. Nutty said. Dr. Nutty said this to Princess Zumi, the Diversity Hire number 6. And Dr. Nutty then says to Princess Zumi number 6.
what the fuck's going on? It's fucking sad. It's so sad. It's so funny though. It's so funny. Because don't forget, guys, he's winning. Don't forget, guys, he's winning. I just forgot to put this one in here. Lacking any self-awareness. I forgot to put that one in there because he's blatantly... I mean, he's the definition of lacking self-awareness. The fact that he continues to talk about this show week in, week out and complain about how nobody's watching, yet he's doing a video of him watching the episodes.
It reminds him that she's an Anglican army person. Catholics are cancelled in this universe, yo.
Back to the bingo. I'm just going to put that there. It's pretty self-explanatory, that one.
Says it's going to be a record-breaking bang when he blows up. He does like banging. That's definitely been established.
Oh, right, yeah, because he's gay. That's right. Yeah, because he's gay. Because the actor who plays the Doctor is gay. Gay equals bad. Gay equals bad.
That Princess Zumi is a mystery and the magical snow returns. Yeah, nobody cares!
Hey! Bowlestrek bingo! Bowlestrek bingo! We got it! Send us straight back over to that Bowlestrek bingo, baby. Screaming, nobody cares, while creating 10-minute reviews for each new episode. This guy's a joke.
And we learn that simplified white dude already saw Diversity Hire number 6's tattoo because he's a pervert.
Because he's a pervert. That episode doesn't insinuate that he's a pervert. You're just lying again. What? Bowlestrek lying? Bowlestrek a liar? Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk it?
Tells Diversity Hire number 6 that everyone thinks he's involved with some other dude, but he really isn't. Drama! What fun! Then simplified white dude gets killed and gets turned into a projection.
I've never known a YouTuber to say so much while saying so little. I get so tired watching this guy, man.
How low will the ratings get next week? Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. They're gonna get so low, but I'm gonna still watch it every week.
At this point, if the ratings keep dropping like you keep banging on about, you're going to be the only person left watching the show, making you a true Doctor Who fan. Look at that, man.
And until next time, suck it.
He told me to suck it. He told me to suck it. God, he's really clever. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't do this one already. Wokeness, woke agenda, because he's already, he waffled on about that at the start. So realistically, if I had done this bingo on his 73 yards review, this would have been completely ticked off. Gaslighting, because week in, week out, he's gaslighting his sad little fan base that what he's saying is correct, and they're just like, yes, Daddy Bowlestrek, yes, Daddy Bowlestrek, anything you say, sir, anything you say. Guys, I'd say we got a full line, so that's Bowlestrek bingo for you. It sure as hell was fun to watch that man shout for 8 minutes again, and I'm sure his fans are going to be swarming all over me, coming up with their cheap, lousy insults to really put me in my place. I'm going to continue stating the point. I'm purely making these videos for views and for clout. There's nothing like going at a YouTuber who's been on the platform for 17 years and only has 40,000 subscribers. But hey guys, I'm just chasing the big boys. I'm going to edit this now, get it up, and watch them all cry. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.